Okay.
The best way to get a job is mass applying to 500 roles a week.
Cap.
If you DM a tech leader on LinkedIn with, "Hey, can you mentor me?" they'll definitely say yes. Fact or cap?
Absolutely not.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. So as you know, we always have a game show segment for you guys. And today we are back with Fact or Cap. And we have the two head honchos in charge, the biggest baddies in Houston. Sorry, I said Houston. In United States, even globally. We have Ali from Baddies in Tech, and we have Yasmin from No Hack with us today. And we're going to play Fact or Cap. Now, the rules of the game are Kembi is going to basically say, is X better than Y? And then you would say, actually, it is fact. I think X is better than Y. And you would say Y, but if you think it's not, you say Y too. So nothing too crazy. Just let us know your opinion and why you think one is better than the other. So
sounds good.
Without ado, let's get started.
I'm going to state a point or a myth. You guys just give your opinion on if it's fact or if it's cap. Okay, so the first one, you need 10 plus years of experience to start your own tech consulting firm.
Cap.
Oh, that's cap.
Biggest cap.
Yeah.
No.
Why though? Why do you think that is?
I think that you just need passion, you need knowledge, and you need a network. I think that, yes, it helps to have experience. It helps to have, people who trust your work. It helps to have brand names under your belt. But I think that anything can be learned. You can learn things from the internet. You can learn things from ChatGPT. You can read.
Exactly.
And I think that
is right now too as well.
Yeah, I think if you're confident in your own knowledge and your ability to learn, you can do it. Yeah.
And I just want to add, especially in the industry that we work in cybersecurity or in AI, things are changing so quickly and so fast that 10 years of experience in AI started
that's not even possible.
A few years ago.
Yeah.
So I think it's just expertise, just really, really, really knowing the thing that you're going to be consulting on. But 10 years, nah. I don't even have 10 years and look at me.
Look at you.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like that.
I think you guys pretty much answered it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys pretty much answered it.
I mean, I like to play devil's advocate, but there's no way I can even.
You can't top that.
I can top it.
All right. Let's go on to the next one.
Okay.
The best way to get a job is mass applying to 500 roles a week.
Cap.
Tell us why.
Yeah.
Tell us. Yeah.
So I think 500. First of all, you're wasting your time. But I think if you know, if you go to these industry events and you meet a recruiter, you just need that one job that you apply to. And is your resume strong? Do you have expertise in the thing that they're looking for? 500 jobs is such a waste, and I think it's really quality over quantity.
Yeah, I agree. So I was a former tech recruiter, and I always say to people, your application to interview rate should be at 10%. So if you're applying for 100 jobs, you should get 10 interviews out of that job. And if you haven't gotten 10 interviews out of 100 applications, then it means that you need to go back and figure out what's the problem. Is it my resume? Is it, my cover letter? Do I need to network more? You should actually be you shouldn't be applying for 1,000 roles and getting one interview. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't say it's the best way, but I feel like it's a way to get a job. I feel because I've been there too as well, because there were times that I was applying to maybe 10 a day and stuff like that. I wasn't really getting anything, but when I started applying for 50 a day, I started getting 2, 3, 4, 5 interviews.
Yeah, so but that's that's a good application to, because 50 a day, 50 you should be getting 5. So maybe you're at 5%, which is still good, but some people are at 0% and they keep doing this. So it's if you're not getting anything, then you should really
you gotta go back to the
take a step
book.
back.
Yeah, I think just being more strategic and how you're approaching it is important.
Yeah, you don't want to burn yourself out.
I agree with everything you guys have said, but you also have to apply for 500 because
still
everything to me is about odds and chances, right? So what's the probability? Right. If you apply for 500 jobs, 500 jobs and you have a decent resume, there is at least a chance.
Yeah.
Right. If you apply to 10, there probably might not even be a chance, right? So I understand the resume and everything, but then do as much as you can because that helps too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's just applying for jobs interviewing is a full-time job in itself.
Yes,
so it just
it
depends
is.
on how much time you have, right? And if you're gonna burn yourself out or not.
Yeah.
If you have all the time in the world, fine.
I mean,
do
you have
it.
no job,
Yes,
right?
it will. No, but some people have jobs and they're still applying. Like,
Oh, yeah,
some
yeah,
people
yeah.
have
Yeah.
full-time jobs and they're looking for the next thing.
Yeah.
So it just depends. I
There's
think.
also tools that can auto apply for you in your 500
Yeah,
jobs
yeah, yeah.
because
There's-
ain't no
there's-
way in hell.
Exactly.
Way too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many tools. There's Job Search Genius.
Yeah.
There is
Shout out to Job Search Genius.
Shout out to Job Search
Okay.
Genius.
Tell them, please.
There is Teal HQ. Well, I don't know if that one applies, but
Yeah.
it just helps you to streamline your process. So yeah, there's things to help you. Like, don't just kind of like
Yeah.
brute
Yeah.
force it. Like
Of
you're
course.
Well, yeah, back
You're gonna
in
burn
the
yourself
day,
out.
though, when we started, we had to,
Yup,
brute force it a bit.
yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago, I was
Yeah,
doing that
we
shit by
had to,
hand,
you know,
man.
we had
to
go
writing,
hard.
writing cover letters and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was tough. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's not. Yeah, nobody does that anymore. But yeah, let's go on to the next one. If you DM a tech leader on LinkedIn with, "Hey, can you mentor me?" They'll definitely say yes. Fact or cap?
Absolutely not.
cap.
Facts. It depends on how you look like. Yeah, it depends on
Yeah, it
who and
depends
how
on
you
who.
look like.
Well, I
Well-
think when you say tech leader, you have to understand that these people are
busy.
extremely
Extremely
busy.
busy.
Yeah.
And if I get a DM from someone on LinkedIn, I'm probably not going to open to respond to that. Like, did I meet you somewhere? Like, what is your story? Like, what is your game plan? Like, how do you want me to mentor you? Like, did you do your
Yeah.
homework and your research
Yeah.
on these things that you want me to mentor you on? Like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you just say that, like, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
And
not.
then
It's not
also,
really good.
yeah, I mean, you can cold email anyone on LinkedIn and all these things, but the chances is like you have to meet them at a conference or at an event, get to know them, have them hear your story, like have them resonate with you. Like having a mentor and a mentee, like that's a very intimate personal relationship. So cold emailing someone on
Yeah.
LinkedIn is not the move.
I just think it gives like I have to do all the work for you. Like you haven't told me anything about you.
yeah, exactly.
You haven't told me anything about what you like about my work, my expertise. You haven't done the research on the thing that you want to be mentored on. You haven't been so specific. That whole approach just gives you want me to do the work for
The
you.
work for you. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, and like I feel like I've said it on this platform before too as well. I feel like if someone comes to me like mentor me and stuff like that, I need to see what's your drive, what's your what's your work ethic.
Yeah.
Before I take that step, so it doesn't feel like wasting my time.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel like
I feel like personally, people have sent me cold emails to help them get into tech. I don't know how like detailed you want the information to be, but if you message me, hey, I want to get into tech, what do you think is the best route, or how can I do it? Can you help me through it? I'll give you resources and how to do it, but like I'm not going to hold your hand, right?
Yeah.
So if you message me that you want me to like mentor you, I'll give you resources. But if I see you doing the work, then yes, I could help
It
you.
makes
But
it more
if
motivating.
if I don't see anything being done, then there's no
Yep.
point, right?
Exactly.
So it depends.
Yeah, and I've been there in the position where you're pouring into somebody because you want them to succeed, you want them to get that job, you want them. But at the end of the day, you can't be the one pouring into somebody more than
They're
doing
pouring
for
into
themselves.
themselves,
No
yeah.
matter how much, no matter how many resources you give them, no matter how much hand holding you do, if they're not doing the work, it's just not gonna go anywhere.
it's not gonna go.
So,
Yeah. Okay. I like that. If you want to start a consulting business, you need to quit your job first. Fact or cap?
Cap.
She actually laughed. She's like,
I mean, shit, that's not what I did.
Right. That's your choice. If that's what you want to do, I feel like that's a big risk though, and I think being an entrepreneur is about taking calculated risks, not stupid risks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think manage it, grind. Like being an entrepreneur is hard. You work around the clock. So regardless whether you're doing 9 to 5 at a job that's giving you a steady paycheck and then 5 to 9 with your business as you're just starting to grow it, at the end of the day, when you become a full-time entrepreneur, you're going to be working
Anyways.
9 to 9 anyway. So you might as well get used to it in that way and, have that security as you're just starting out and validate the problem, validate your market and kind of start things up, build a revenue stream up, build a roadmap up, and then, quit when you have a little bit more of a foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I would just add that, like, you can learn so much by like working for someone else, and like why not do that while getting paid? So like that's what I did. I used the first few years of my career to like learn everything that I could about engineering and security, and like was getting paid to do that at Snap. And then once I felt like I had a really strong foundation, then I made the decision to quit. And that's literally 3 months ago. And I've been in this game for so long. So
Calculated risk.
That's the best move. I agree.
Yep. So next one, I feel like Yasmin talked about this, but I want to give Ali a chance to vent on this one as well. So being your own boss means working less and chilling more.
Child, biggest cap of life. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I work 25/8. Like I work all the time, and I think if you let it can affect like your health. It can affect your relationships. Like it can be very detrimental, because I think as entrepreneurs, we're very ambitious and we want to, make our businesses work, and we want to put our all into it. And I think, balance is not really a thing. I think that you have to, there's seasons of putting your all into something. But I think what always needs to be at the forefront is your health. And like your mental health and your physical health. And I think it's hard as an entrepreneur, but that's something that like you have to make sure that you're prioritizing throughout. So it's not chilling. Like I honestly like shout out to the people who have like full-time jobs, because y'all are living life. Like
I always say, they have it so easy.
Y'all have it so easy. Like you can turn off your brain at 5 on
Imagine
the weekends.
On the weekends.
You can turn off your brain. Like, I love that for you, because that's not
5
the case.
o'clock. I don't remember the last time my day ended at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, no. No.
5 o'clock is the start of the second shift.
Please.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yep. 5 to 12 or something. That's nothing.
Take a break.
You take a little break, eat your little dinner. By 7, you're back at it.
Round 2, shift 2. I'm telling you.
Literally.
I would argue that when you're fighting for something that you're passionate about and that you visualize for yourself, there's a lot more drive to do it as well, versus when you're working on someone else's vision.
Sure.
So I think it's like the 25/8 is definitely rough. I'm not taking away from it, but I think you just have a lot more drive and happiness. Well, I wouldn't say happiness, but just a lot more ambition and fire towards it versus if I had to do it for a corporate job, basically.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You have a bigger why behind it.
Thank you.
It allows you to feel yourself
through
the hard times. Yeah.
Okay, so last one. Oh, Kobe, do you want to say anything?
Oh, no.
Okay.
You're good.
So last one, right? This a good one, to be honest.
Can we get any facts up in here?
Yeah, it's all cap.
The best way to show you are an expert in tech is by flexing your salary on LinkedIn.
For the Twitter crowd, that's a fact.
For the Twitter crowd,
I feel like a lot of people are gullible and are naive, and like, I think it's been that way, especially like in like 2020, 2021, like the big tech boom. But I think like if you actually know the industry, like, that it's not, people, I mean, it's just so easy to lie and be like,
I make this and this.
I make this and this, you know what I mean? Like, so.
I have so much to say on this. I think it's actually I think the people who don't talk about how much they make are the people that you should like be inspired by.
Yeah.
Like, and also I think that this just whole flexing culture that we have, unfortunately, I'm a software engineer, I make $400K. Well, first you don't. So like stop it right there. I hate it so much. And I think it just like gives off a fake false persona of like what it looks like.
Exactly.
I think it's just such a turn off. Your expertise has nothing to do with how much you make. You can be the smartest person making $100K. And I think for me, it's like I get so inspired by the people that are super smart that don't even talk about what they do and like what they make.
Right.
So those are the people that you should be looking at.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like the way I feel about it is that like I feel like flexing my salary on like LinkedIn or IG, it's gonna bring more problems to me. Because that's when Tunde and Deji back home, they're gonna be like, Baba, give me something. I'm like, nah, man. So to be honest,
I think what you should flex is like the work that you're doing, right? Like the the articles that you're writing, or like the conferences that you're speaking at, or like the software that you're building, the solutions that you have, the problems that you're solving. Not like I'm making $200K. Like that's just
what are you trying to prove?
Right.
Yeah,
agree.
and who are you trying to prove it to?
Who are you trying to prove it to?
Yeah.
They need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
It's a trend now, right? People, like to, flex, show that they do this. I mean, guys use it to attract women too, right?
Right.
So it's a
Right.
thing they do. I mean, it's crazy, but I know the guys who really
the guys
do the
gonna come
work.
for you though, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
the guys who really do the work, they don't talk,
flexing
bro.
like that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
even the guys who do the work, the guys I go to when I'm struggling,
Yeah.
those guys don't even talk because they are all about business, right?
That's it.
Exactly.
And that's how it
They're
is,
focused. Yeah.
It's the guys that don't even have the social media.
Exactly.
Find you a nice little non-Instagram having
Exactly.
man, little low key.
Yeah, and they
That's
end up
when
saying
you
he's
know.
boring.
That's when you really gonna trick.
Like, hey babe, what is Instagram?
I don't know.
Nothing you need to know.
Exactly.
Give it a year. Give it a year. They'll say that nigga is boring, man.
No, I don't need my man to have an Instagram.
I don't want my man
I
on
don't.
social media.
Please don't. Actually, don't have it.
Because God forbid you start taking selfies and post it on your story.
So feminine.
Okay.
I mean, it's
have a whole
It's over now.
Let's not put it.
How
We
is
actually-
giving feminine vibes?
the-
Taking selfies.
Thank you guys.
Gross.
Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. Newsletter is out by Monday, so watch out for that. Vicky, have anything to say?
Newsletter.
Newsletter.
Thank you,
And
newsletter.
Please be on the lookout.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, share posts. We're on all platforms, including Spotify now. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify on your way home, on Apple Music. So go on all the platforms. And so many good things coming this year, guys. So I just want you guys to just keep your eye out. You guys
All
to
right.
see-
Peace out and
Shout
newsletter.
out to season 2.
Newsletter out by Monday.
Season 2, Hacker Proof.